Wack100 is no stranger to controversy. The music executive and clubhouse personality has made a name for himself by diving headfirst into beefs, podcasts, and power plays in the hip-hop industry. But this time, it seems the tables have turned. J. Prince, a powerful figure in rap with deep ties to the streets and the industry, has publicly labeled Wack100 a rat. That's not a word you throw around lightly, especially in hip-hop culture, where street credibility is everything. To make it worse, the accusation wasn't whispered in some backroom. It was blasted out for the public to hear, with J. Prince making it very clear that he's had enough of Wack's online antics, especially his podcasting habits, which Prince suggests are doing more harm than good. The drama all started when Wack100, who has gained traction for turning his clubhouse rants into viral podcast moments, began speaking on issues that J. Prince believes should have never left the streets. According to Prince, Wack's constant talking, especially about criminal cases, street beefs, and sensitive topics involving big-name rappers, crossed the line. J. Prince didn't hold back, saying Wack was behaving like a rat by constantly recording conversations and pushing narratives that could easily put people behind bars or reignite old tensions. And if anyone knows about how damaging loose lips can be, it's J. Prince. As the founder of Rap-A-Lot Records and someone with long-standing connections to both the music and street world, he's a man who operates behind the scenes. His reputation is built on silence, loyalty, and power moves, not podcast drama. So for him to publicly call Wack100 a rat, that's not just a diss, it's a declaration of war. Wack didn't stay quiet, of course. He fired back, defending his actions and accusing J. Prince of being outdated, trying to gatekeep the game in a new digital era. Wack argued that he's just giving the people what they want, raw, unfiltered content. But Prince isn't buying it. He sees Wack as someone who's profiting off of mess, encouraging beefs, and endangering artists by speaking on issues that should be left alone. To Prince, podcasting isn't an excuse for betrayal. And when betrayal happens, it's only a matter of time before the streets respond. But the mess doesn't stop there. While Wack and J. Prince were going at it, another storyline was unfolding, one that blended music, fame, and tragedy. Boosie Badass, the Baton Rouge rapper known for his unfiltered opinions and gritty rise to fame, found himself in a different kind of heat. According to reports, Boosie had just purchased a brand new BMW, flashy, fresh off the lot, and exactly what you'd expect from a rapper celebrating a recent win. But shortly after his purchase, a woman involved in a previous car accident pointed the finger at Boosie, blaming him for the entire incident. The timing couldn't have been worse. Boosie was on social media flaunting his new ride, happy and carefree. But the victim from the accident wasn't having it. She came forward, saying Boosie had never taken responsibility for the crash. According to her, he was driving recklessly and caused the accident, leaving her to deal with the injuries, damages, and trauma alone. Now, as he rolls around in a brand new BMW, she's feeling disrespected, overlooked, and ready to speak her truth. Boosie has yet to publicly respond to the victim's accusations, but the internet is already split. Some fans believe she's clout chasing, using Boosie's name to get attention or a payout. Others, though, are calling for accountability. They argue that Boosie, like any other person, should face the consequences if he was truly at fault. Money and fame shouldn't be a shield. If he caused an accident, they say, he needs to make it right. Both of these situations, Wack100 being labeled a rat and Boosie being blamed for an accident, highlight a larger conversation in hip-hop right now. It's not just about music anymore. It's about platforms, podcasts, and social media. The lines between entertainment, street life, and real-world consequences are blurrier than ever. Wack100 is a prime example. His ability to turn a clubhouse room into headlines has made him relevant, but at what cost? J. Prince believes it's at the cost of integrity, loyalty, and safety. Meanwhile, Boosie represents a different kind of tension. He's a man who built his brand on being real, raw, and unapologetic. But when real-life consequences come into play, like car accidents, victims, and public blame, suddenly the rules change. Being a star doesn't protect you from people demanding justice. What makes these stories even more explosive is how they're playing out in the court of public opinion. Everyone's watching, Fans are commenting. Other artists are picking sides. And in this new world of viral moments, everyone's looking for the next headline. Wack100 versus J Prince? That's more than just a beef. It's a clash between old-school principles and new-school platforms. Boosie being blamed for an accident right after showing off a luxury car? That's the kind of irony social media lives for. But underneath the entertainment, there's a serious truth. These moments aren't just internet drama. They have real consequences. When J Prince calls someone a rat, it doesn't end with a tweet. It creates tension, divides crews, and raises the stakes. When a victim publicly accuses Boosie of causing a traumatic accident, it's not just drama. It's a cry for accountability. Wack100, for all his boldness and media-savvy moves, now has a major label on his name, and it's not a good one. Whether he'll survive this in the long run depends on who stands beside him and who decides to walk away. Street credibility is still currency in hip-hop. Once that's gone, it's hard to buy it back. As for Boosie, the outcome depends on whether there's any truth to the accusation and how he handles it. Silence might work for now, but if the victim pushes harder, or if legal documents start circulating, he'll have to respond. And how he responds could either solidify his reputation as a real one, or expose cracks in the image he's built over decades. The truth is, both stories are still unfolding. Wack100 isn't backing down, and J Prince isn't the type to speak publicly unless he means every word. Boosie is staying quiet, but silence only works for so long. Fans are waiting, watching, and refreshing their feeds for the next chapter. In today's hip-hop culture, every post, every word, and every accusation matters. Wack100 might be trying to win in the world of content, but J Prince is trying to protect the code. Boosie might be enjoying the rewards of his career, but someone from his past is demanding he pay up emotionally and possibly financially. There's no telling where these stories will lead. But one thing's for sure, hip-hop isn't just about bars and beats anymore. It's about narratives, reputations, and real-life fallout. And if you're not careful, one wrong word or one unresolved issue can bring the whole empire crashing down. Whether Wack clears his name or doubles down, whether Boosie addresses the accident or stays silent, both men are now caught in storms that go way beyond music. And as always in the culture, they may not get to write the ending. The streets, the fans, and the truth will decide that.